Today, we're going to show you how you can 3Dify your curriculum by teaching photosynthesis and cellular respiration using Visible Body Courseware's OpenStax Concepts of Biology correlation course. The Photosynthesis and Cellular Respiration unit in the correlation course starts with a reading assignment from the online OpenStax Concepts of Biology textbook. Then, it explores photosynthesis and cellular respiration individually. Each process has its own 3D lesson, 3D tour, structure ID assignment, flashcards, quizzes, and lab activities. The unit concludes with a 3D lesson and a structure ID assignment that compare photosynthesis and cellular respiration. Let's walk through each of these assignment types in more detail. The reading assignment at the beginning of the unit will give students a good overview of both processes and familiarize them with key terms and concepts before they dive into the 3D models in subsequent assignments. The 3D lessons for photosynthesis and cellular respiration present a series of 3D models and simulations alongside a list of learning goals for students to keep in mind as they work through each model. Let's look at the photosynthesis lesson as an example. By exploring the photosynthesis moving model, students can see each reactant and product and the role it plays. They can also see on a broad level how the roots, stem, and leaves of the plant are involved with the process of photosynthesis. In the dicot leaf model, students can explore the spongy and palisade mesophyll, as well as the stomata and guard cells in more detail. The plant cell and chloroplast models show the chloroplasts and their internal structures. Lastly, the thylakoid and stroma simulation shows how photosynthesis occurs within the chloroplast. The 3D tour assignments for photosynthesis and cellular respiration have students follow along with a guided series of 3D views in Visible Biology. Let's take a look at the cellular respiration tour as an example. Each stop on the tour details a different step in the process of cellular respiration. Students can navigate between them using the arrows in the info box and read more using the text box and info box. At any time, students can manipulate the 3D model, play and pause the animation, and highlight individual structures to see more details. Structure ID assignments provide an in-depth look at the individual structures important to photosynthesis and cellular respiration. Each one provides students with a list of structures to locate and investigate using the 3D models in Visible Biology. In the cellular respiration structure ID assignment, students would open the mitochondria simulation and highlight each of the molecules listed in the assignment description to read more about it in the info box. They can also watch the entire animation to see all the molecules in action. The pre-made flashcard decks included in this unit will help students review what they've learned for each process. When students open a deck in Visible Biology, they will be taken directly to the first card. After reading the question or prompt on the front, they can flip to the back to check their answer. To track their own progress, they can use the thumbs up and thumbs down buttons to indicate which questions they were and were not able to answer correctly. Once they've worked through each card in the deck, they'll get a progress report and a prompt that will let them either go through the whole deck again or just review the cards they missed. Graded multiple choice and short answer quizzes for photosynthesis and cellular respiration have students check their knowledge and let instructors assess their understanding. The multiple choice quizzes grade automatically, providing students with instant results so they'll know what they need to focus on in the future. Instructors can check the gradebook to see students' scores. Instructors can feel free to customize the quizzes to allow for multiple attempts or to set a time limit. Either in class or at home, students can complete the lab activities for both photosynthesis and cellular respiration. Each one is paired with an NGSS standards correlated lesson plan for classroom and lab use by instructors. Once students have looked at photosynthesis and cellular respiration separately, it's time to bring it all together with the last two assignments in the unit. In the photosynthesis versus cellular respiration lesson assignment, students will compare the 3D simulations of the thylakoid and stroma for photosynthesis and the mitochondria for cellular respiration. They will look at the similarities and differences between the reactants and products and learn about the importance of both processes to the survival of cells. Like the other structure ID assignments, the photosynthesis versus cellular respiration structure ID assignment provides a list of structures. This assignment brings things down to the molecular level for each process. Looking closely at each of these structures in visible biology will help students to understand the role different molecules play in photosynthesis, cellular respiration, or both. If you want to try 3D interactive biology assignments like these in your classroom or lab, visit visiblebiology.com to get a free instructor trial. You can also check out our library of pre-made textbook correlated courses, including the course featured in this video, at visiblebody.com/courses.